Hello, everyone. We're here today with Julia Gudinchet. She's the Clinical Director of Sunflower Autism Consultancy. Hello, Julia.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Such a pleasure. We're so excited to speak to you today and to just get to know you a bit better and talk a bit about the service that you offer parents with autistic children. So I just want to know if you'll share with our viewers today a bit about yourself, where you are, your family, just a few personal details that we'd like to.
Yeah, of course.
You.
Yeah. So hi everyone. Yeah, so I'm Julia. I live near London in the UK, and with my husband Nick, who's Swiss. Hence the difficult surname, sorry about that. And our two children, they're nearly 2 and 4, so we're very busy running around after them. And I'm currently providing this service, Sunflower Autism Consultancy, from online now. So the great news is, I'm here in my office / spare room, and I'm able to speak to people all over the world, such as yourself. So it's brilliant.
It's so nice to get contact with you. I always think, it's amazing how small the world has gotten, right? So that we can talk to each other and get to connect over passionate topics.
Yes,
you said that they just decided to put the UK in lockdown again.
Yeah, sadly, we're back in lockdown for another month. So I think they're hoping that then that means we'll be able to maybe see some people at Christmas. We're all desperately hoping we'll be able to see family at Christmas, but it's not looking good for us because most of our family lives in Switzerland. So unfortunately, we managed to get there in August, but I'm not sure we're going to get there at Christmas, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. You never know.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Okay. So hopefully we are still in South Africa. We're still having, social moments. So hopefully this won't happen to us too.
Yeah.
Julia, can you tell me, how did you get into the autism / special needs environment?
Well, actually, it was a complete accident. To begin with, I actually studied drama a long time ago when I was young in London, and I wanted to become a drama teacher. So I applied to an agency to send me to different schools to get some experience, and the agency sent me actually to a school for children with autism. And I'd heard of autism, but I didn't really know what it was or what it involved. And I started working in this school, and it was complete and utter chaos. I'll be honest with you. There were some children with some fairly severe autism and, very interesting behaviours, shall we say. And in my first week, I was, put in A&E because I got knocked over on the playground. And most people probably would have run a mile at this point, but I can't even really explain it. I just had this connection with these children, and I just loved them, and I just somehow managed to kind of be on their wavelength and get through to them. And then I started off in working in schools as a teaching assistant, special needs teaching assistant, and I just loved it. And then I always kind of became known as the person that would work with the most challenging children, which is still even the case now. Some people, I get referrals from other professionals, and they say, oh, we know Julia will kind of be good for this, because throughout my career, I kind of tended to veer towards the most challenging children, really. And I just somehow had this great rapport with them. And then what did I do after that? So then I kind of was carried on working in schools. Then I moved to Switzerland, and I was in Switzerland for 6 years, where I met my now husband. And I worked in 2 international schools for autism over there, and 1 clinic. And that's really where I learned a lot about behaviour. I did a master's in autism studies online to learn even more about autism, which, as it became more and more of a passion. So this is literally my dream, because just sitting to talk about autism is my favourite thing to do, pretty much. So that's what I get to do all day, every day. And then slowly, like I say, my interest and my passion is the autism, but my interest became behaviour, particularly this quite challenging behaviour I found myself working with a lot. And so then I started studying behaviour and doing kind of like postgraduate work with the Florida Institute of Technology. Sadly, that was online, so I was not in Florida. I was in rainy London. But I learned loads studying that. And then, came back to the UK. and I was working in various different places, but kind of felt right after having my own 2 children, felt right time to kind of set up my consultancy to, you know, reach as many parents as possible. And actually Corona's been a blessing in disguise, because like I say, now I can reach, you know, families all over the world, all over the UK, and work with parents online to help teach them about behaviour and autism.
That's so interesting how, you know, how things happen for people and how they get onto the road of
Yeah.
autism, of special needs. Tell me, when you started practicing, you know, your going into your own practice, because obviously you had all this experience at schools, but when you got into the practice itself, what was the, how can I say, the element of your service that you give that was the most surprising, or, you know, something that you felt that you didn't expect to come out into your sessions? Because I'm sure sometimes you prepare and then it just doesn't go the way you plan it, right?
Yeah, well, quite often, yeah. I don't know. I think when I first started out, actually, I thought that I would be working with a lot of young children. And originally, pre-corona, you know, I was running my clinic locally where families were coming to actually see me. And I was really modelling. And so I thought that my kind of business model, if you like, my service would be people coming to see me in my clinic and me kind of modelling things for the parents and working with a lot of younger children. And 2 things happened. The first thing was actually I had a lot of sort of, you know, children who were more sort of young people, really. So from the age of, say, 8 upwards, and even teenagers, young adults. And I've worked with adults as well. I work with all ages, but that surprised me. I thought it would be a lot of the younger children, but it's sadly, unfortunately, there's a lot of older kind of sort of even 18 to 25-year-olds who there just seems to be a real lack of support at that age. So that was the first thing that surprised me. And then the second thing was, partly due to Corona and me going online, what I realized was that actually it kind of turned into less me working directly with the young people or the children, which I was used to be doing for sort of 14 years. Suddenly now it was more me working with the parents and teaching them. It's almost like a teaching role. So I'm teaching the parents the strategies, because it transcended that actually it's the parents that need the help and need the support, of course. And although that affects the young person, I'm actually not even seeing them. Sometimes I don't even meet the young person. You know, I'm actually just working directly with the parents. And I think that coincided quite naturally with me becoming a parent myself. So then I also had more of a rapport and understanding, and although my children, as far as I'm aware, are neurotypical, they're still, you know, they're very young, so a lot of the strategies, the behavioural and communication strategies, I use them all myself with my own children at home, and I've really had that experience myself. So I think that really helped, and so it kind of moved into more less of me working directly with the young people or the children, but actually teaching parents themselves to do it themselves, because that's what people need. I think people need the skills themselves at home to know how to do these things.
Yeah, when in our research, that's really a question that has come up, is just, what do I do? You know, how do I handle this? How do I manage our family better? How do I, you know, try to manage the crisis better? Because there's so much crisis in a household with autism. And tell me, does it work that you rather teach the parent than speaking with the older child yourself?
Yeah, it's actually much more effective, I would say. And actually, when I did a bit of research, the World Health Organization actually recommends that parents have kind of like behavioral interventions taught to themselves. So it's actually, I think it's becoming a bit more known now in the research and in different areas that it's actually much more effective, rather than because I could come in and you know, love working with children with autism. That would be great. And to be honest, I'd love to do that because I do love doing that. But in the long term, of course, that's not really helping the family. And so it absolutely, yes, it's very effective that parents say to me that, you know, thank you so much. And I get lovely feedback, which is brilliant. That because not only does it have, because what I do, it's all very much based on positive reinforcement. So not only does it actually teach them skills, help decrease like you say, crisis situations and challenging behaviour. But it also has a really positive side effect, which is it can help your rapport and your relationship with that child and also the entire family. Sometimes people say to me that it helps the whole atmosphere in the home become a lot more positive. And so, for example, sometimes siblings see what the parents are doing, because of course all young people learn through copying, you know, parents a lot, and imitating behaviors that they see. So a lot of the time siblings actually see the behaviors that the parent, or the strategies, sorry, that the parents are using, and start using them themselves, you know. So there's a real knock-on effect for the whole family that's really positive, and it's just a joy to see, to be honest.
Well, that's wonderful, yeah, because we also have a very big you know, a need for sibling support in our group, and to hear that gives you lots of relief, you know, to know that that can help for that too, to just know how to help the siblings in.
Absolutely. And it almost becomes like I wear a lot of different hats, and one of them is almost like an autism counsellor, and sometimes I'm almost like an intermediate between, if they're older and higher functioning, you know, the young people and the parent, or between the parents themselves, because sometimes people are not on the same page with strategies or understanding of autism. So like you say, and a lot of times parents come to me with questions about siblings that I can help with that support as well. So it really becomes a whole kind of autism support for the whole family, really, which is, again, you know, brings me a lot of pleasure to see that I'm not only helping this one child and their behavior, but helping the whole family out.
That's very good, and it's so helpful. So I really hope that there's people here, you know, thinking about getting some help, that you guys would give Julia a call or WhatsApp. We're going to give you all the information in this post or in the YouTube video underneath. So do that. Julia, thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you.
It's so nice to partner with you and to just journey with you through our passion to help parents and get them into a more, how can I say, a more thriving space than just surviving through your day-to-day challenges. Right. So have a wonderful day, and may lockdown not be too hard.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good day. Bye-bye.